Alright, how's it going, Algebra 1 students? Today we're doing lesson 5 on point-slope form. So what is point-slope form? Well, all it is a new way to write the equation for a linear function. So what we have here is y minus y1, and that's equal to m times x minus x1. So what are these things? Well, x1, y1, that's still just a point on the line. And m is still the slope. Nothing new there. So let's look at an example here. We've got, slope of 3, and we're going through the point 5, 1. So we want to put those into our equation for point-slope form. So what we've got here, let's write our equation down again just to make sure. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And then we've got our slope of 3, so that's our m. x1 and y1 are the point, which is 5, 1. So we just got to put that into our equation. So we'd have y minus 1 equals 3 for m, and then times x minus 5 for the x1. And that would be it. Let's look at another example down here. We've got a slope of 1 over 4, so that's our m, and our point -2, -7, so that's x1, y1. So we've got to just put that in here. So we've got y, that would be minus -7, and then 1/4 times x minus -2. Well, let's simplify that a little bit. We don't want to have a double negative in there. Remember, subtracting a negative is the same as adding. So it'll be y plus 7, and then 1/4 times x, and then plus 2. So that would be our equation for that guy. Examples 3 and 4 down here, this time you are given 2 points. Okay, so we've got 2 points here, and we want to write its equation. So the first thing we're going to actually have to do is find m, because we don't have it. So we need to find m. So we're going to use our formula from before with our x1, y1, x2, y2 to calculate our slope. So y2 minus y1 on the top, that'll be 2 minus -4, and then x2, which is -5, minus x1, which is 0. So remember, subtracting a negative, that's going to be addition, so really on the top we're going to have 2 plus 4, which will give us 6. -5 will be on the bottom. So we've got -6/5 for m. Then we just need to write our equation. So pick whatever point you want. I'm going to go ahead and use 0, -4. Remember, subtracting a negative, we would have plus 4 then instead in our equation. And then our slope is -6/5 times x. And then, well, I could have -0 in there, but we don't really need to write -0. That's not going to change anything. So I'm just going to leave it as x. Example 4, last one on this page. We've got 2 points again, so same idea. x1, y1, x2, y2. We need to first get our slope. So m is going to be y2 minus y1, so 4 minus 8, over x2 minus x1, so it would be 1 minus 3. All right, on the top then, 4 minus 8 is going to give us -4. Bottom, 1 minus 3 will be -2. And then we just want to simplify this. So -4 over -2. Well, 4 over 2 is 2, and then negative divided by negative is a positive. So it's +2. And we just got to put this in here. So, we need y minus y1. I'm going to go ahead and use 3, 8. So I'd have y minus 8 equals 2 for m times x, and then minus x1 would be 3. Okay, that's it for that page. So next page. All right, so on this page, we are learning how to graph the equations that are written in slope-intercept form. So our step one here is going to be to plot the point that's given in our equation. So first, we better find what that point is. So if it helps you here, I'm going to go ahead and write our formula. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, just to keep track of which numbers are which. So our point, well, that's x1, y1, so it would be 1 and then 2. So we want to plot that guy. So let's move on over. 1, 2 would be over 1 for the x, 2 for the y. So that's going to be our point. Then our next thing here is to use the slope to plot other points. So above here we had our slope of 1 over 2. So let's put that in there. Remember, that's our rise over run. So we've got to put that in there and plot some other points in our graph. So up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. We want to make sure we're moving, oh, come on. There we go. We're moving up from left to right since our slope is positive, and then connect the dots. Okay, that would be it for that one. So let's move on to the next example. Example 6 here, we've got y plus 3 equals negative 2 times x plus 4. So our point, well, if it's x plus 4, that would be a negative 4 for the x1 value, and x plus 3 would be negative 3 for the y1 value. And then our slope is negative 2, and remember that's the same as negative 2 over 1. So we need to first plot that point, negative 4, negative 3. So that would be down here. And then our slope would be down 2 over 1. And then again, just for good measure, then we just got to connect these guys. Okay. If you want to double check yourself, just make sure that our slope is moving down from left to right since it's negative. One more thing here is an alternate way to handle these guys. We can always just put them back into slope-intercept form and then graph it that way. So let's remember what slope-intercept form is. Y equals mx plus b. So the first thing we're going to want to do here is distribute our slope to get rid of those parentheses. So then we'd have y plus 1 equals 2x. 2 times negative 3 will give us a negative 6. Then we want to solve for y and get y by itself. So we want to subtract a 1 from both sides to get rid of that plus 1. So we would have y equals 2x. Negative 6 minus 1 is going to give us a negative 7. So that would be our equation for that guy. All right, that's it for today. Make sure if you need help, you're asking questions, and good luck on your assignment.